So have you ever found yourself in conversations and moments where you ended up saying something and you just think to yourself, why did I say that? So we're gonna go ahead and go over 5 rules to prevent that from happening and to make you an interesting talker. Starting with rule number 1. Rule number 1 is know what you want to say. Now this is a foundation for any conversation. Reason being is because if you don't know what you want to say, you end up stumbling, muttering, mumbling, and you end up saying things that you later regret. Kind of like at the beginning of the video, what we talked about. And when you know what you want to say, you'll be able to speak and get your message off with confidence and clarity, which is one of the key things to be a memorable talker, which is crucial because when you know exactly what you want to talk about, your words will flow naturally and the listeners will be highly engaged. Now we're going to talk about rule number 2, and it's be brief and to the point. No one was ever criticized for saying too little. If more is desired from you, they'll ask. And the reason why this is so important is because you're able to get the message across. The listener is then able to listen to the message, dissect what you said, and then from there, if they have any questions or any follow-ups, they'll be able to easily, by them saying what they're thinking, you'll be able to go ahead and receive that, and of course, talk back. And that's how the conversation will go from one to another. It's like tennis. You get to play that game. Pass the ball to them, now they have to take the ball back. So say what you need to say and leave them wanting more. Quit a winner. Rule number 3. Now this one's good for both an individual or if you're speaking to a crowd. You want to be able to make eye contact. By making eye contact with one individual or multiple, it shows that you're connected and you're present and you actually care. You want to do your best to avoid looking away from the individual, talking, or reading down on your notes. When you do that, you automatically felt a disconnect. When you build that disconnect with them, they become less engaged and they don't listen to what you have to say, which is not what you want. You want them to remember everything that you're telling them, which is why you're making talk. Now we're going to go with rule number 4. Rule number 4 is to focus on their interest. People love talking about themselves. There's been studies shown that talking about yourself is closely related to the same feeling that you get when you're having sex, doing drugs, or eating sugar. So those are 3 pretty big, high dopamine-filled activities. If you're able to get people to talk about them, they'll be pretty much addicted to talking to you. They want to talk to you every single time. And all you got to do sometimes is just listen. But the weirdest thing is they'll say that you're the best person to talk to, even though you didn't say anything. And of course, the important thing is it's not what you want to say, but it's what they want to hear. By changing that, you shift the perspective to their curiosities, their interests, their desires. And by you doing that to them, they're going to instantly remember you. And then they're going to look at you as a more likable person, way more memorable. And kind of circling back to what we mentioned too, they're going to be like, you're a great talker. And you haven't even said a word. And now rule number 5, and for the final rule, is be yourself. So you don't want to try to make speech. You don't want to try to be someone that you're not. You want to be your true authentic self because authenticity wins every single time. And people are talking to you for you. So might as well be who you want to be because that's why they're coming to you to talk, to get your inputs, your mindset, your viewpoints. They're interested in that. Of course, this is if you know exactly what you want to say and you also want to say it straight to the point and sit down, have them wanting more. Kind of circles back into everything. Cool. And that was pretty much it. Those are basically our 5 quick little rules on how to be an interesting talker and make talk. And now that you know these rules, of course, knowing something never really amounted to anything. It's actually doing something with the stuff that you know. So go out there, try these steps, rewatch them, write them down, try to make them stick, and then you'll realize when you're in a conversation with someone else, sometimes you don't even have to say anything, and you'll get that same thing that everyone always says. Really like talking to that guy, and you haven't even said a word. And of course, there's a quick little hack that helps out with all of this, and that can all be found in the description below. It all takes place in the mornings. You get them going and you get it started, and then from there, you honestly feel unstoppable. So with these rules and that routine mixed in, you will be a powerful, maybe like a 10% individual. And of course, if you work harder, you'll get up to that 5%, 2%, and then from there, you'll be that 1%, which is something we all are trying to strive for, to be the best for ourselves, our family, our loved ones, and of course, the community. So you want to go ahead and put this to work, and then from there, future you will thank you.